All right, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing Ashanti and Nelly. The guys, I'm so happy these two are together. I love this couple. You got a rapper and a singer all together, so it doesn't get any better than this. We're going to go through their charts and we're going to look at their relationship from an astrological perspective. We're going to look at their wedding day as well, just to see if they got married at the right time. And also, we're going to be looking at Nelly and how he balanced her out and their relationship dynamics and their planetary alignments when it comes to relationships. So let's start with Ashanti first. We see that she was born October 13th, 1980 at 1:32 Eastern Daylight Time, guys. So what that means she is a Libra. All right. So we got our sun at 20 degrees of Libra. As you guys know, the sun is in his fall in Libra. So she got two planets in his fall already. But we're gonna look at the relationship dynamics, not her singing. We're gonna look at not her music. We're gonna look at her relationship right now. Because it's a lot to unfold with their relationship with Ashanti and Nelly. So we're gonna look at their relationship right now and the planetary alignments when it comes to relationships. So let's look at the planets to see if she can be in a relationship, right? Can she maintain a relationship from a personal planetary alignment standpoint? So let's look at her Venus. That's the first thing we're going to look at, right? That's the first thing I'm going to look at. Her Venus is in Virgo, guys. Venus is in its fall in Virgo. So that's not a good placement for Venus. That's number one. Now, number two, we do got a birth time, so everything is in its rightful place as far as houses. So that's a good thing. Now, when I see a chart, normally I would say, hey, this young lady, she's gonna have a hard time finding somebody in a relationship. Yes, not getting somebody. She can get somebody all day long. She's beautiful enough. She's in the right place at the right time to get individuals, to get a guy in a relationship. But as far as maintaining one and also being in a marriage with one, now that you have to be the right person. Nelly is the right guy. That's why I like Nelly for her, because he's the right guy for her, the perfect guy. When you got Venus and Virgo like this, that person always looks for the perfect mate. Always looks for the perfect mate. So he's the perfect mate for her. And we're going to go through the chart to see why. Okay. But I want to let you guys know that this is very difficult because with her planetary alignments with this Venus and look at her moon, that's a square right there, guys. So just with that alone, it's very difficult for her to, kind of be in a relationship with someone. Also, she got her Juno right here. It's in Libra. That's good. However, she got her Juno, which is squaring her ascendant and squaring the seventh house cusp. So again, you got a double whammy when it comes to relationships and maintaining one. That's maintaining a marriage right there, because Juno, as you guys know, rules partnerships and marriages. So, and you got the seventh house right here, which is about which is about marriages and partnerships, right? So the seventh house cusp it's in complete square with Juno and Saturn. So being able to maintain a relationship for a particular time, it could be very difficult for her. It's not very difficult for her with Nelly because he balances her out, guys. And we're going to get to that momentarily. But I just wanted to first point out her personal planetary alignments, because as you guys know from other celebrity relationships, that gets in the way all the time. Their personal planetary alignments get in the way. It keeps them from maintaining a relationship, keeps them from maintaining a marriage. They have very detrimental planetary alignments. Now, she has personal planetary alignments that kind of blocks her. But if you get the right person to balance that out in your chart, you're golden. So, and she found the guy. I mean, I just want to commend Ashanti for finding the right guy, because it's very difficult to find the right person out here, guys. I'm telling you, she lucked up on this. So let's take a look at his chart to see how he fares out when it comes to his personal planetary alignments and his relationship. So we don't have his birth time, guys, but Nelly was born November 2nd, 1974 in Austin, Texas. So he's a Scorpio, guys. So that's a good thing. Now, can he be in a relationship? Can he maintain a relationship? Well, let's just see. I would say yes. When I see his chart, he actually can maintain a relationship, get in a relationship and maintain one, which is really good. Look at his sun and look at Venus right here. Now, Venus is combust, is right by the sun. Venus is in his detriment in Scorpio. We do see that. So it's kind of debilitated twice. However, it makes up for it because it is trine with Juno and Jupiter. Now Jupiter is retrograde, but it doesn't matter. It still gives it a little luck. Okay, even though it's retrograde, it doesn't matter. It does give luck due to the fact it's trine in the Venus and the Sun. So that's good. So you got his Sun and Venus trine in Juno and Jupiter. That's really good. So he can definitely be in a relationship, guys. So that's good. That's really good about Nelly. You would think a lot of rappers and a lot of entertainers, a lot of celebrities, that a lot of males, at least, it's very hard for them to maintain a relationship or get in one or get in a marriage. So, but this guy, shout out to Nelly. That's a good thing. He can actually get in a relationship. And he can maintain it if he wants to. I would say that, okay? He can maintain it if he wants to. So now, guys, we want to know how compatible they are. So are they compatible? Well, let's just take a look right here. All right. Now, guys, she's on the inside wheel and he's on the outside wheel. So just keep that in mind. Follow the circle, because we're going to be looking at some things that makes them very compatible and why he balances her out. I mean, this is really good. I'm so happy that she found him, because it's very difficult for women with Venus or men with Venus and Virgo to find somebody. I'm telling you. And it's always something else that debilitates their probability of finding somebody in their chart too. So, but if they can find somebody, that's golden. And a lot of them do. Most of them do, guys. They look up on it. So just because you got Venus and Virgo, it doesn't mean you can't find love. It means that sometimes you can disqualify people that are for you. So just keep that in mind. I mean, it could be a person that's right in front of you that's perfect for you, but you'll find something to disqualify them on. I got a lot of clients with that. So trust me. And I always tell them, I say, look, just take them as they are. I know you got your standards, but don't disqualify them because of a small little bitty thing. So that's what normally happens, guys. So look at this union, guys. I mean, I love these two people together. If you look at his sun and look at his Venus, guys, it's making a nice trine to her 7th house cusp. I mean, it's absolute, guys. Look at it, 9 degrees of Scorpio, and her 7th house cusp is at 9 degrees of Cancer. That is a beautiful thing. I mean, it's absolute. I mean, his sun is absolute with her 7th house cusp. So they were going to get married anyway. Now, I know it took a little time, and it's a reason for that. Okay, it's a reason why it took a little time, and guys, I'm gonna definitely get to that why it took a little time. All right, now because he needed to be sure, she needed to be sure as well. But these guys, these two people right here, yes, they can get married. I mean, if you look at that Venus right there, trying in the 7th house cusp. On top of that, you got Juno. Look at his Juno right here, guys. And Jupiter trining her 7th house cusp. So you got a grand trine here. a water grand trine. So it's deep, it's a deep connection. So that's a beautiful thing. And then on top of that, you got his Saturn in her seventh house, guys. And as you guys know, Saturn rules time. So that's a beautiful thing. That's that's trining her Mercury and Uranus in her 10th house. So oh yeah, I mean this is good, guys. So they can definitely be married. I like this for a good amount of time, for a nice amount of time, and create a family. Look at that. You got Cancer. His Saturn is in Cancer, so that's family right there. So that's good. I mean, so they got some really good stuff. I like that. You know, really good stuff. You got his son making a conjunction to her Mercury in Scorpio. So which is really good. So they got a really good, they have really good sexual chemistry. So that's good. I like that. Like they should have. Got his Mars up here, which is good. So that's a good thing too. All this is good, guys. So I love that. Now, did they get married at the right time? Uh, Guys, we're gonna look at this in just a moment, but beforehand, what do they need to do to maintain this marriage, guys? They're gonna have to have conflict resolution, guys. Conflict resolution skills is very important. Very, very important. Guys, as you can see, you got his Mars right here at 3 degrees of Scorpio. Now, if you look at Ashanti's North Node right here, let's go back to her chart right here. So you see her North Node, that's at 17 degrees of Leo. All right, so just keep that in mind because I want you guys to see that, okay? Because you got to have conflict resolution when it comes to relationships, okay? So, of course, you got the sun, being that it is, you're going to give it a little bit more power. So that's going to be in conflict of her North Node. Another thing that I see with her Mars, all right, look at his Juno right here. You see that? So Mars and Juno are square right here. So you got to have conflict resolution when it comes to relationships. So I just want to point that out because that is so important. So yes, he has a temper. Yes, he does. Why does he have a temper, guys? Nelly does have a temper. And guys, we've done celebrities where you had Mars right by the sun. Okay, we know they have a temper. We know they can easily get upset. So this is very important. That's why I pointed out his Mars at 3 degrees of Scorpio because it's combust. It's debilitated, just like his Venus is. So he's going to have to work on his anger. They're going to have to work on their conflict resolution skills together in this marriage because Juno right here, his Juno, it's at 5 degrees of Pisces. So he can get emotionally distraught at her, okay? And Mars rules arguments. Again, her Mars is at 1 degrees of Sag. So he might get upset at her philosophy about something, her thinking, her spirituality, something about her traveling. Maybe she want to be free a little bit. That Sag rules freedom. So he may get upset about that. So it's a lot of things that they're going to have to iron out. Now, let's go to their wedding day. Now, guys, take a look at their wedding day. What's wrong with this picture? You tell me. Now, I can tell you right now, they need to renew their vows. Okay. This is one couple that I am recommending, and I pray and hope that they renew their vows because we do got a lot of stuff coming up now. A lot of stuff coming up. They do need to renew their vows. Why? because if you look right here, they got married December 27th, 2023. I'll put it at 2 o'clock, guys, but it was in St. Louis. That may not be the time they got married, but it doesn't matter. We got the planetary alignments right here. We're not going to count the houses. We're going to be looking at the planetary alignments. But if you look, again, we got different boundaries, different astrological precepts that if you want to get married, you got to make sure that you're in or not in these astrological precepts. And one of the rules is Mercury retrograde. So we see right here they got married under a Mercury retrograde, guys. So, and as you guys know, you never want to get married under a Mercury retrograde because things don't pan out well. They just don't. Okay, and you guys know that. Another thing, guys, just take a look at this. Now, the nodes mean a lot. The nodes, let's look at the North Node. We got that in, it's at 21 degrees of Aries, so they going forth. It's singularity, right? And then you got the South Node in Libra, and we know that's Venus ruled, right? So if you look at Juno, this is another thing. Juno's at 20 degrees of Virgo. Look what it's doing, guys. It's actually squaring that Mercury, which is what? Retrograde. So things are going backwards when it comes to the relationship. Now, Juno in Virgo is kind of like Venus in Virgo, guys. It's really not a good placement for Juno, okay? Because it's not perfect. Well, you know how Venus in Virgo is. It points out things and it tries to make things perfect when they're not. And it's no perfection, right? So you got that going on with Juno squaring Mercury and Mars, guys. So that right there in itself, it wasn't a good time, wasn't a good day for marriage. Then you got Juno, it's in opposition of Neptune. So it's almost like it's going to erase the marriage. So they do need to renew their vows on a better planetary alignment. With better planetary alignments, they really do need to reassess their vows and get them renewed. I would definitely suggest that with them. Look at Saturn, guys. It's at 2 degrees of Pisces. What is it doing? It's squaring the part of fortune right here. So there's no luck with time for them to be together for a long and large amount of time. All right, man. I tell you, they got enough money to actually find somebody to pick a good day for them. It's not all bad, guys. You got Venus right here. It's at 27 degrees of Scorpio. It created a nice trine with Neptune, so that's good. And Neptune is a higher octave of Venus, so that's really good. I like that. So, yeah, that's good. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Venus is actually semi-squaring the sun. So that's another thing. So, yeah, it wasn't a good day for them to get married. They need to renew their vows. So I will say that. Okay. So if they renew their vows, that's good. Now, the reason I'm saying for them to renew their vows is so they can skip or avoid the calamity that's coming their way. Okay. I hate to be the bringer of bad news. But if they want to stay together for a long period of time, they're going to have to renew their vows at least after or before. I would say before these next two solar eclipses. We got two solar eclipses that's coming. So one right here is during August 12th, 2026. So, she's gonna get hit with a double whammy. So I really want I really want this couple to stay together, guys. I hate when couples go through very rocky places in their marriage and relationship and they end up breaking up when they don't have to, when all they had to do was renew their vows, with better planetary alignments. This is a couple right here that they have a chance to renew their vows with better planetary alignments. All they have to do is do it. This eclipse right here is going to put strain on the marriage, on the relationship. This is why I like to look at solar eclipses, because it really points out things that, they can avoid and work on. They could channel this energy towards something more constructive in their life. Okay. So it won't turn out this way. It'll turn out another way. So if you look at this eclipse right here is occurring in our seventh house. All right. It's a south node eclipse, guys. And you know what I say about south node eclipses? They're not good. The bottom falls out. See that? And it's at 29 degrees of Leo. That's the south node. Okay. Actually, the eclipse is occurring at 20 degrees of Leo. So now, what is it doing, guys? What is it doing? I can tell you what it's doing. This eclipse is creating a square with her natal Uranus. So if it weren't for that, and the next eclipse and the next eclipse after that that's occurring, it's the eclipse after this one that's occurring in her seventh house again. So she actually has she's getting hit with a double whammy, guys, in her seventh house. So that's why it's going to be putting strain on the marriage and relationship. So when it's squaring Uranus like this, guys, I mean, you know the deal with Uranus. Uranus rules what? Infidelity. Okay. So we need to channel this energy another way. We need to make sure that she channels this energy with this trine right here. She has a nice trine with this solar eclipse with her Neptune, her natal Neptune. That's a nice trine, guys. That's what she needs to focus on to overcome this square, okay, with this eclipse right here. And eclipses last a year and a year and a half or two, guys. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So you got 2026 right here. That's putting a strain on the relationship. She might get back into music. Look at that. So that Neptune rules music. So with that solar eclipse trining her Neptune like this is good. It can also put a strain on a relationship. It may cause infidelity or something like that. That's not what we want, do we? So we definitely don't want that. Another thing to look at this. During this eclipse, we got Neptune right here. It's actually at 4 degrees of Aries. It's retrograding, and we know when it's retrograding, it's going through a phase right here, because it's going to retrograde back and forth in Aries and Pisces. So we got that going on. That's squaring her seventh house cusp. You see that, guys? So again, that's putting a strain on what? The relationship. That's putting a strain on the marriage. Not only that, guys, we got this going on. We got Juno during this time at 29 degrees of Capricorn. So, and look, it's just right across from the seventh house. It's just no good like that. Okay. It's retrograde. So, we got all that going on during this eclipse. So that's why I say it's putting a strain on it. Now, after this, guys, we got an eclipse. It's occurring February 6th, 2027. We got that going on. And that's occurring at 17 degrees of Aquarius, which I don't have it pulled up, but just if you think about, let's just go back to her chart real quick. All right. Let's go back to her chart. If you think about her, 17 degrees of Aquarius, what is that? Where's that in her chart? It's right here. It's right on her south node. And then you got right across the way, the North Node, it's in her seventh house. It's 17 degrees of Leo. So that's an opposition. So that next eclipse on February 6th, 2027, it's gonna be opposing her North Node in her seventh house. So again, that's putting another strain on what? The marriage, on the relationship. It's putting a strain on loyalty. That Leo rules loyalty, guys. So it's putting a strain on the loyalty in the relationship because it's opposing it. The next solar eclipse is going to be, after that is going to be August 2nd, 2027. This is a South Node eclipse. Again, occurring where? It's occurring in the seventh house at 9 degrees of Leo. You see that, guys? So that's what I'm talking about. So you got that going on. So all in all, I'm telling you, it's going to put a strain on the overall marriage. This is the reason why she needs to renew her vows, while Nelly and Ashanti needs to renew their vows. All right. So they are designed for each other, but they're going to be going through some rough patches. So to avoid those, to smooth over those rough patches in their marriage and to keep it going, they need to, 1, renew their vows, 2, find that conflict resolution, and 3, he's going to have to get back to balancing her out. Okay, he does balance her out, guys. So I just wanted to touch upon Ashanti and Nelly because these guys are good together, as you can see. I mean, wow. I love the trine. I mean, I want them to stay together. I really do. So if they got to reach out to me and we get through this, yeah, let's get through it, guys. But we need you guys to stay married. I mean, look at that. That's nice right there. That trine, that grand trine they got going on right here. That's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it, guys. This is nice. And look at his North Node. Wow. Right on top of her moon. That is nice. I mean, just beautiful, guys. Love it. That is nice. That's nice. I like that. Although his North Node is squaring her Venus, again, that has a lot to do with her, her being free, him being free as well. That space thing, that freedom thing in the relationship. Okay. Now, this is one thing that I don't like about him because his Juno is in opposition of her Venus. Okay. Now, guys, and again, I've spoke about this in the past when you got Juno squaring Venus or squaring the sun or something like that. Now you got this opposition. So somebody is confused, and it looks like it's him being confused, emotionally confused on, whether or not he should be married to her. You get what I'm saying, guys? And this comes from his mental. Sometimes he does get confused. If you look at his Mercury right here, he's very indecisive. His Mercury is retrograde. He has Mercury retrograde, guys. And it's in Libra. So you got a lot of indecisiveness going on with him. So just keep that in mind as you watch this relationship from now up until the year 2028. What is 2025? About to be 2026 now. So we're gonna keep watching this for 2 years, guys, and you're gonna see it unfold. You're gonna see it unfold, guys. But we want them to stay together. Let's keep that in mind because I do not want Ashanti to be by herself. Okay, marriage wise, I don't want her to be divorced. I want her to be married to Nelly and keep having that relationship with him because he's perfect for her. Perfect for her. I mean, with this nice trine that they got going on, the opposition right here, they can iron that out. All they have to do is find middle ground, guys. So that's not a big deal. All right. So, but that's the deal with Ashanti and Nelly, guys. And I will get back with you guys on the next one. Peace.